Alright, we're going to show you guys a couple ball pythons real fast. First up we have this Spectre female. We have two of them, but this one's a lot brighter than the other one. They have real nice belly on them. As much as she'll let us see. So she's about 750 grams or so. With the way she's eating, she'll make next year. Excuse me. Alright, sorry about that. Next one we got right here. This is a pastel vanilla, another female. She's pretty bright compared to the other ones I've seen and the other one I have. She's got real good blushing on her back. But this girl loves to go. So that's the pastel vanilla. This guy right here, I'm really hoping he gets up to size for next year. Got both those females I just showed you, as well as some others lined up for him if he could get up to size. He just started getting back on food real good, so I think he'll make it. But this is a disco yellow belly. Try to get him for a little closer picture, but don't have the best of cameras. So I don't know. I see a lot of good stuff coming out with the discos. So hopefully the vanilla will throw something awesome, and who knows what it'll do with some super stripes. So should have some of those next year, hopefully. That's a disco vanilla. I'm sorry, disco yellow belly. Next up, for our dark project stuff, we have an onyx male, black pastel het red. He's really clean. I love all the whacked out patterns. I love patterns on everything. So he's nice and dark with the nice pattern. So got a couple things we're going to throw him at. Eric, you know what's going on with him, so we'll see how that goes. And the last ball python I'm going to be showing you guys today, she's crazy, but it's a spot nose girl. She's a pretty light spot nose from what I've seen. I've had another one before, a lot darker than this one, but spot nose is such an awesome morph, and I definitely think that a lot of good stuff's going to keep coming from them. It's amazing they've been around for so long, and really not much has been done, a whole lot has been done with them, so we'll see. Alright, so here's a couple of the fat tails we're working with. Everybody's probably seen these now, but figured why not just do a video of them. Don't really have too much else going on of nice high quality fat tails at the moment. Still trying to get the collection going. But you got a nice striped whiteout female, Oreo female. Another Oreo female, whiteout Oreo male. So definitely looking forward to them this coming season, and hopefully we'll have some nice babies available. If you're interested, let me know. It's an example. I know you guys have said you wanted to see some of the husbandry aspects of it. This is basically how I'm keeping my fat tails. It's your 16 quarts. I use meat packing trays for pretty much all my lizards. They're perfect. They're styrofoam, so they're cheap. I could just replace them. Don't have to worry about cleaning and stuff all the time. So that's on the cool side. They have a hide. The warm side will be back there. Then they have their humid hide. It's coconut fiber and vermiculite mixture. I find it holds a good amount of water for a while without molding or anything like that. So that's my personal preference. I have never had issues with this type of setup, and so I'm using it again now that I'm back into fat tails. So should be a good season for us next year. Alright, now I'll talk a little bit about some leopard geckos. These are some of my acid stripes, which are just my own line of Reigning Red Stripe. My line derived from Lubinsky's line. About 4 years ago I crossed it in to just another Reigning Red Stripe that I had. Wasn't the best of colors around, but it had a real good stripe. So throwing the two together and going a couple generations later, I'm getting some really good stripes on them, some good emerines. This right here is actually the male I have for sale. I wish I had a better camera. But he's got real nice emerines bordering his lavender on them. It'll be interesting to watch him come into his stripes. So these are some of the babies. I'm sure everybody's seen these ones by now. A few people have asked to see breeders, and this is one of my acid stripe breeders, which looks terrible in this camera, but she's produced over 20 eggs for me this year, just laid last night as a matter of fact, and still has a good stripe on her. The camera doesn't really pick up colors very well, maybe different angles will, but still she's got a real nice stripe on her. Still pretty good color considering how much she's laid this year, so the project certainly is not at its finest, but by my standards I certainly think it's a project that's a step above pretty much every other running red stripe I've seen out there. So that's my acid stripe stuff, and I'll show you a couple others real fast before they all run away. This right here is just one of my breeder males, just the calmest Mac Bold Stripe. Love him, awesome breeder, good size. He's pushing about 95 grams. He's been breeding like a stud all year. But as far as Mac Bold Stripes go, I think he's got pretty good stripe on him. His tail spotted out on me, but I love the white heads. Originally got this guy from Kelly. Awesome breeder. And the last one I'll show you is it's a tangerine tangerine line, I guess, I've been working on. Really not calling it anything on its own yet. It's about 3 years, but it derived from, you got electric, blood, and albies in there. I'm big on patterns, so I've been going after anything with more pattern. And what better way to have pattern than if it's lavender and emerine and tangerine all together. Solid color animals don't really do it for me anymore. I had enough supernovas and whatnot, and they just don't personally do it for me. So I like patterns, I like colors, and there's some of my leopard geckos.